Divine Sunshiners, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. This is Divine Sunshine with your emotional check-in. So let's take a look-see at seeing what's actually going on with the energies. For the Divine Feminine, all right. For the Divine Masculine, kind of stuff together. Okay, not as much. Oh, wow. Okay, for the Divine Feminine, we got quite a bit. Okay, so the Divine Feminine, some of you all are feeling discouraged about something. Something to me is like almost like somebody riding a bike, something you're doing on your own, and you're feeling a little kind of deterred. Now, you could be on your own and feeling like the Divine Masculine because he's lonely, and we have a tendency that we kind of mirror each other. So again, somebody like, to me, maybe you have been training and trying to do this and took the training wheels off. Something about like some support, because support could come in person, place, or thing has been pulled away. You trying to do it on your own, and you might feel a little disheartened or deterred or dispirited about it. Something also that's going on, you're disgusted about some things as well, and it makes you repelled by this situation that is going on. Did I bring about the wisdom cards, not the energy? That's fine. Let me put, okay, yeah, like Daniellleboomlle said, let me put some smoke on it. Let me put some understanding. What's the discouragement about? Clarify that for me, Spirit. What's that about? Why is the Divine Feminine feeling discouraged? Because some things are not kind of happening together, like fated events. Why is she disgusted, though? Because she's disgusted about this round and round and waiting for this ending of cycles. It's making her like be disgusted about it, like really thinking about throwing it in the trash right now. This is what's going on. The Divine Feminine also feels like she's embarrassed about something. Again, self-conscious, awakened, exposed, and embarrassed. Interesting. Okay, so although that this Divine Feminine feels self-conscious about some things and very awkward, but some things had to be exposed. So definitely with these energies that we're having here, and it's really about us taking, I told you all earlier, with this new moon, taking ownership about our feelings, where we are, and really Spirit is at this point, and they showed that on Susan's thing, where she was actually showing through the Schumann resonance how the shadow, they're bringing light to the shadow, and how like source is coming in there and just like busting that up. To me, it looks like with them busting them up, it's like you're vulnerable. The things that you knew, ego or your habits or things that you feel comfortable with, are now making you feel as if you are stripped bare at this point. And this again, and they doing this because they allow you to breathe. You know, you think about, I know us girls, we have girdles or foundations on, or you have your bra on, and after a while you like, oh my God, as soon as I get home, I got to take this damn girdle off, or this foundation off, or this bra, so I can be able to breathe. We all adults here. This is what it's saying. So Spirit is like, yeah, we trying to take this girdle, this foundation off of you that you had put on, that's too tight, you can't breathe. But you saying to the public, I'm looking, oh, I look all nice and slim to everybody else, and to yourself you say, I'm miserable as hell. So this is what Spirit is saying right now with whatever the energies is going on. You might feel discouraged. To me, I'm picking up and saying it's a necessary evil. You might feel disgusted because about this round and round. Things don't seem like it's coming together. collectively for the divine feminines. And right now, I wouldn't say embarrassed. To me, it's like it's whatever's bringing you is making you self-conscious, which is good. It's busting up, source is to make you conscious about what is actually going on. This thing here, this is funny, the next thing comes up is that you're going to be empowered. You're going to feel like you have the world, because again, once you conquer the shadow and divine source has came in there and bust this up, so the light where darkness was in this area is going to be able to feel like you're capable to handle something new, and you're going to feel powerful. I know that even with some events that have occurred as well, you know, it might have been, and I've seen it for others. I went to my stylist and did the same thing she was talking about. She had some kind of thing going on with her, and she was stating how upset it was for her. She wasn't understanding. The person just kind of came at her out of the blue, and she was kind of really hurt about the whole situation. And, you know, we all have those situations that happen. And at the end of the day, it makes us more empowered about it. It did make us say that, ooh, I think I'm going to start some kind of business thing on my own. I'm no longer going to be working with this person with hair products and stuff like this. And so, again, because of this thing, now you feel encouraged. Now, look, this is interesting. These cards don't go together. But look, before you was on the bike, you fell off. Look at this. Look how spirit works. And now you're encouraged. It looks like to be, this could even represent the train. I was just talking about the training wheels. The training wheels have fallen off. You're doing it on your own. And this is like spirit and source, and even the DM in spirit. Because remember, I told you that your higher self is your divine masculine energy. See, represents him as your higher self. And like it's cheering you. Or you could even say split yourself in half. Your emotions say I can do it, and your thinking is cheering you on. Say yes. I told you all we have to get to that point where we kind of split ourselves and be that parent to ourselves. And right now it seems like the divine masculine energies within you has gotten to the point to help the emotions to say you can do it. We don't be discouraged about what things is happening. We can take the training wheels off, and we can do it ourselves. From this incident for the divine feminines, you feel excited. You are excited about something. You're elated and thrilled and enthusiastic about this new discovery about yourself. They're saying, you know what, how I can take discouragement and moving into encouragement. You okay? So by this, you feel free. You have this free, like, why does the cage bird sing? You feel free by all of this. So it's a process right now. The spirit is showing that you feel discouraged maybe right now, and then it's also in your emotions, because you've got to go through these processes. You will be free, okay? The next thing for the divine masculines, in your emotions here right now collectively, you feel isolated, you feel alienated, you feel friendless. Can I get a clarifier to tell me why is that, what's going on with that? Because you've been thinking and pondering a lot, and you're trying to see how you can make that next move, how you can step up. I hear to say, make that move right now, baby. So how can you be able to do that? You feel like in your wings, they're not quite ready to go to the next step, but you feel like you're kind of waiting on something that's making you ponder on this thing. And I think about a lot of times, you know, sometimes, again, this to me is like almost, again, this is like divine timing. It's like, to me, you being waited in, you're in hold mode right now. And so, like I said, well, you're lonely. But, you know, a lot of times, thank you, it brought me the thought back. You know, when it comes to the top, you hear a lot of people saying when you're rising up to the top and you actually are getting into your divinity, and that's really a higher form. A lot of times, you know, a lot of people is lonely, they say, at the top. You're not going to get a lot of people that's going to come and ride and die with you once you rise like that. And so it's not even lonely that way. It's because now you find even some friends that may have said, "Ooh, I understand you," but then when the more deeper you get into your divinity, the more of them is like, okay, I got to kind of pull away. Because the next card, this is funny they said that, because you got envious here, divine masculine. There's some envy, some jealousy, some suspiciousness, some possessiveness going on too as well. Where's this possessiveness coming from? Source, tell me, what is that about? It's the yin. It's coming from the feminine energies. Okay, being able to receive, being able to give. and being confident in it. I'm going to say it again. I'm still picking up that it's lonely at the top, and these are like people that's looking at you. To me, this is again your friends. Some of you divine masters are now, while you're moving up higher, they're finding themselves kind of like moving over to the side and letting you kind of sit at the lunch table by yourself. We at them days again, because you're getting more confident in your emotions. You're getting more learning how to release and how to receive your emotions too, and honor that. And so some of them are becoming enemies, like, what do he think he doing? What she think she doing? And it's like, you know, this is where I'm at. I was watching Virgo the Tarot, Virgo, yeah, the Oracle. Virgo the Oracle, sorry, I always call it something else. And she was saying that, you know, once you all kind of, whether it's with the divine, with the karmic or your friends, she was saying you got to move in silence. You can't let people always know about what's happening with you and your divine counterpart, because there's a lot of people out there, they ain't happy to see you elevate and go to the next level. And so I thought that was very interesting on that one. Okay, so now let's look and see what is the emotional advice. Oh, stop. What we think about, we talk about this connection. So for the divine feminines, what's happening with the, and then we get to that, and that's it. What's going on with that? So divine feminines, when I'm looking at you, is just keep on. It's going to get better at the end of the table. It's end of the tunnel. It's interesting how it starts one way and it moves its way up as a progression. Divine masculine, you just got to deal with it. You know, sometimes these things come along and you're by yourself, because people can be distractions, and you really need this time to really, you know, be your own one-man band and fan of yourselves. You don't need all these other people around as well. So the divine feminine energies feels like she is conflicted when it talks about this freedom and riding off with her person. To freedom. I think in some way she feels this is two levels. In her thinking, she wished that she would be a little bit more defensive of this connection, like really saying, battling these thoughts that no longer serve her, so she can be able to be in union. It's another part of the divine feminine energies that's feeling like she wished that the divine masculine was a little bit more protective of this union. There are some things that's interesting. The horse is brown. I'm getting drawn to that. There's some things that's got to be eliminated in order to have this freedom. And both of you all truly have to be in your heart chakra. I'm seeing that. And also I'm seeing orange, and having healthy relationships, or how you relate with others, and how you're able to manifest. Both of us, both the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, have to have this. We got to bring this together in order to have this. Is 12 divine order. When we're talking about the divine masculine here, he understands. Now here you got the peacock here, which represents pride too, as well, but it also could be ego, or it could also mean confidence as well, which is interesting. That the divine masculine, to me, when I see this, when it comes to connection, he understands that he's making the divine feminine energies kind of bend over backwards for this. She's asking her to have a flexibility and be okay. She don't look like in this picture here that she's suffering at all from that. It's just like, okay, this is what we're doing. This to me is like he's really asking for her to bend over backwards and to even practice unconditional love. This condition that she's in right here may not be comfortable, but again, she looks like to me like it's not bothering her. She's being unbothered by it. While the divine masculine makes sure he's locking her in, like, nope, you ain't going anywhere. You right here. I got you. My leg. I'm really even putting my foot on you to make sure that you don't move. And it's interesting the way her position of her feet is. It's kind of her foot is on him too, and say, okay, yeah, you think you got me, but I got you too as well. He must have got underneath there. So this is there's a fly in here. This is two things in which you've got to these are the things that's going on. It's interesting. We got a sun We got hills in the back. Really, to me, and I'm kind of drawn to that. I guess this more. I keep on hearing the song "Move Me No Mountains." There's some mountains that we got to do here. We got to build confidence when it comes to this connection. And this confidence can't be built on fake ego or pride. And like, yeah, look at this position I got her in. See, it's got to be more of a thing of a healthy way of confidence that, okay, even though I have you in this position or in this condition, understanding that we are not to the divine masculine's energies, not to look at it as if it's being domineering or dominating over a person. I see here we got red here, which is on the head, which to me is let me know that he's got to really truly get to the point in his thinking. He's got to get grounded and rooted in which way. And there's a lot of hills and valleys here as well that I'm seeing here too that we got to conquer. But again, the peacock again is confidence or ego that's represented here, and he wants to have that confidence given and confidence received in this connection with the divine counterpart. Now let's look and see clear. What is some advice that Spirit has, the Source has for the divine feminine as far as in this one card, please, as far as in, thank you, about what's going on with this connection, and then also what's one advice that you have for the divine masculine. Ooh, right here. Oh, interesting. They got the same kind of color scheme too. Yeah, they got different things, but they're pretty much the same. Okay. So Source says the following. Every relationship I establish is eternal. Okay, and if you can hear it, I don't know, you can hear Archangel Raphael in the background. Got the sirens going here. So this is really definite, and you need to really hear this. So, Divine Feminine, it is our desire that you come to remember that every relationship is eternal, and that once it has been established, it is a part of your vibrational makeup forevermore. And that in your powerful now, where all that you have become converges with all that you are now becoming, you hold the power to create. And so your observation of a situation, wanted or unwanted, no matter how remote you believe yourself to be, makes you a co-creative partner of the experience. That's interesting. I think, David, we had talked about that the other night. I was saying, you know, I don't think these situations just come on us some kind of way. We've asked for this to come upon, because it's something that, and we both said about it's something that is needed for our spiritual growth as well. So that same thing, I call it the experience of speed dating in spirit. Sometimes spirit will bring certain people into your life, and sometimes it don't even have to take that long. You can be with them one day and you're like, okay, I got it. And Spirit's like, okay, switch, next person. That's all way. You know, if you ever been to a speed dating event, you're like, wait a second, I kind of really like that person. But you got to wait until the whole thing is over with for the person to come to you and establish to say, yeah, I like that conversation. We vibe very well. That's it. And they have you just trying all different people. And sometimes in life, Divine Feminine, you know, again, even if that happens, you can't say, oh my God, it happened to me. What's the word I really want to say? That, you know, it happened for me, because understanding that each person serves a purpose, and if they come into your life for a reason and a season, or a season and a reason, that is a reason for that person. And if they just there for 3 months, then they're there for 3 months. If they just there for 24 hours, they're there for 24 hours, because something about your higher self and their higher self had got together and said, you know what, that's about all they need. She's got what's needed. You got what's needed. Now let's keep it pushing. So a lot of times that kind of does happen. For the Divine Masculine, the advice that Source gives you about your relationship is have complete control over my own thoughts. That's about this loneliness and this envious stuff here. So, and saying how you making her bend over backwards. In order for you to really have true confidence on something, you got to be able to do that. Oh Lord, I think that thing is here. Excuse me 1 second. Should be right there. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, so yeah. So in order for you to be able to have that, you got to remember that how you are a co-creator of it, and nothing just happens to you. Happens just. So you can find for divine masculine, I have complete control over my own thoughts. You can find yourself in an endless loop where you explain that you feel negative because of the negative behavior of someone else. But if instead you take control of your own emotions and you think an improved thought because it feels better to do so, you can turn it around. You have no real control of what anyone else is doing with their vibrations or with their actions for that matter, but you have complete control over your thoughts, vibrations, emotions, and the point of attraction. And again, that goes, like I said in one of the videos, Louise Hayes says, what you think about me is none of my business. I did the things, it might have been the last trigger warning. I did what was instructed, or you did whatever in life. Although divine master, you might say, well, look at what I'm doing, and now I'm being lonely. Now I'm saying I want this divine twin connection now, and now look at me, I'm so lonely, maybe I should go back. No, again, you have to remember that within you, you need to take control of your own emotions and think an improved thought because it feels better to do so, so you can turn it around. You have no real control of what everyone else is doing with their vibrations or with their actions for that matter, but you have complete control over your own thoughts, vibrations, emotions, and points of attraction. So again, watch your thoughts at this point. Let's not attract any more lonely events to occur towards you. You want to make sure that when you do that, you're in a high vibration state. I know it's easier said than done because this is kind of, for some of you all, this is kind of brand new as far as doing that. But I want you to make sure that you keep that in mind. All right then, real quick before I get off of here, that was your emotional check-in for this week. It might be, I might come in for right now, so whenever you're seeing it, it's the right time with that. Also, I will be starting something new, new product, which is, and somebody, I guess Little Birdie was out, that I do have with my cards that I had showed earlier that I had to pull off because the spirit told me that those things were powerful and it only could be in certain amount of people's hands. And right now it's just me until they instruct me something else. Mom said, nope, I can't give it to anybody else, so they'll stick with me. But those cards have the ability to tell you when you are going to be in union. Now let me say this, because before y'all get to running over that Divine Unisouls11.co to order you one for 22 to know your time for your union thing. What have I named it? I forgot. It was something, God, dog, because she gave me an out here reply, and I was like, oh, I like that. Hold on one second. I don't know why you don't know it's me. This is a bunch of stuff. Sent. Yep, ain't getting crazy. Saved. Okay. What did she call it? Hold on. And it take all day for it to load. Time frame reading. I'll call it that way. Union time frame reading. just the estimate of when you will be in union. Now you have to remember this again. When I do that, I call it kicking cans. That's why sometimes I don't like to do that, because again, you will say, let's say I put down it's November. November is when you're going to be able to be in union. And then you get ready to do, you think it's unions now, it's November, and then you say, well, what happened? Because again, you're concentrating, you're expecting that time to happen. If you just free flow it and know, okay, maybe by November, let me get myself ready, get myself prepared. That is the reason for those type of time frame union readings, just to let you know around about that time. Like I said, my mom's mom, which is my grandmother, was very good in tell you estimating as far as when something was going to happen. So you see confirmation for the from Archangel Raphael and Michael. She's very good on that. She was a Cassandra, just like I am. I can tell you different months when something is actually going to happen. So my thing is, that is it. Your spirit and you in spirit, once you get that information, is for you in spirit to work that out. Now, if it doesn't, mean some kind of way you wanted it too bad, or you are not quite ready, some things have shifted in your mind thing. But if you just want to know an estimate of it, again, it'll be the union time frame reading, $22. Now, for that, you have to wait, and for 2 weeks time for you to get the response back for that, because I might be able to turn it right back around. But you got to remember again, and I have to say this, I see some of the people do not watch my show. I am a full-time teacher. I'm not like other readers that's taken quit their job and have now stated that I'm doing this full-time as of right up in, like my mom, up as of right now. That's not where I'm at right now. I have teach, I do this, and I do go full-time for school. I do things. So I got like 3 things in the rotation here. So at least give me 2 weeks again for that. So it'll be a 2-week turnaround. If you get it before then, God bless it before then. And you have to also remember, you have to allow for spirit when it comes and to check in. So I'm even going to say on the divine twin souls, the letters as well. You might, for that one, you might have a 1 week turnaround for that one. So I'm going to change that too on my website as well. But you can always, you still can get it. I might be early or whatever, but that ensures me so it doesn't make you be panicking, or it makes me panicking because I haven't gotten it out. And that doesn't serve either one of us good as far as with these readings, because your energies is very important, that you're high vibing in the right space for you to be able to do that. Okay then, all right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Love you.